God. Victor, I'm never going to forget the phrase, I am just a brown boy sitting in front of a webcam. That's the greatest line I've ever heard. That is the worst sales pitch for live streaming porn I've ever heard. You made my night, brother. Thank you. But it's great to see brilliant comedy, man. This is the big night. It is the best of the fest. You can tell it's a big deal. If you've ever seen me do a show in the festival, you know I like to use a soft blue hue, but for the big show, I have an aggressive tangerine filter working right now, so it's a big night. It's great to see all the comedians, all their takes on the pandemic. For me, the pandemic is really just about change, because people don't do well with change, because we have no idea what's going to happen on the other end. For me, the biggest change that blew my mind, NASCAR banning the Confederate flag. Never saw that coming in. Unbelievable. And I don't think NASCAR is done. I think NASCAR is going to continue to lead the way. I see a bold future for NASCAR. I think NASCAR is going to go to an all Prius format. And instead of the big race being called the Daytona 500, they're going to call it the Grand Prius. It's just the beginning. I will say, though, the biggest change I've gone through during, I just hit 1 year sobriety yesterday, and I would say, yeah, I don't talk about it that much in public. I'm still very self-conscious talking about it in public because my motto has always been, be less annoying than the vegan. That's my point of concentration. And I think Dwight can back me up on this one. You know, nothing against the vegan, but I think we can all agree their society's gold standard for seriously, nobody gives a shit. So we need to keep that in mind. I have tried to relax a bit during the pandemic. You know, I was raised very structured, so I have a tendency to react in a very structured way. I was raised very Catholic. Both my parents very Catholic, but then my parents got a divorce, and then I no longer was allowed to go to Mass. And then my father got his marriage annulled to my mother, and then I no longer existed in the eyes of the Catholic Church. I was raised Catholic, but then they chose not to renew my contract option. So we're all God's children, but terms and conditions apply. That's what I learned. So, but now that I'm an adult, if I could choose any religion I want to, I would go Greek mythology. I think it's a very festive religion. It's very people-centric. The gods are very social. There's a god that would get drunk and have sex with animals. Now, I'm not condoning this behavior, but I think it would be amazing to worship a god that I could feel superior to. Very different. You know, you may be immortal, but I can walk past a zoo without impure thoughts. Checkmate to the human. That's my point. And the Greek gods are gorgeous. If I say you look like a Greek god, that's a compliment. If I say you look like a Christian god, that just means you didn't shave and your man bun came undone. Now, some of you might be uncomfortable that I compare mythology to religion, and you're right. You cannot compare mythology to religion because mythology is crazy stories without any facts. And religion is just less entertaining. That's my point. I'll give you an example. In the Bible, people walk on water, talk to burning bushes, come back from the dead. It's amazing. Now, the Greek god Demeter, angry that a mortal plowed over her favorite palm grove, cursed him to a lifetime of uncontrollable appetite. He ate everything in sight, sold everything he had for food, sold his daughter for food, and in the end, he ate himself. Now, you tell me, which movie would you pay to go see? Now, for the record, I'm not anti-religion, okay? If you're religious, that is fantastic. I just ask that you don't secondhand smoke me with your beliefs. That's all I ask. Yeah, like I say happy holidays at the end of the year. I think that includes everybody. I don't think I should have to say Merry Christmas just because of the origins of the holiday. We don't celebrate all the origins of all the holidays anymore. Look at 4th of July, right? We shoot fireworks now. We no longer shoot British people. We moved on to Now, I have tried to do a little bit of relaxing during the pandemic. I've been watching a lot of television. I don't know why, but I get sucked into Forensic Files. I don't know what it is about murder. I know it's real life, but you know, the plot and the characters are amazing, and I just get sucked in. And so I was watching one the other day, and they kept calling this guy a trained killer, which is always a pet peeve phrase of mine, because I used to be in the Marine Corps, and I hate it when people go, oh, you're a Marine, you're a trained killer. You're a highly trained killer. I'm like, who the hell cares? First of all, killing doesn't require training, does it? It is one of the few standard built-in features about being a human being. We're all born with the skill to kill. So maybe if you need training, maybe you're not that competent a human to begin with. And does it matter? I mean, does it really matter? I mean, if I kill you, is it going to bother you that I didn't know what I'm doing? Are you that much of an elitist? And who's to say what qualifies as training? I mean, let's take the serial killer. Obviously, not trained in the classic sense, but I think that we can all agree that by the 5th or 6th body, we could call him an on-the-job trained killer. That seems fair. You guys, that is my time. I'm sweating to death out here. You guys had a lot of fun, man. Thank you.